Welcome back. Hi, I'm Dr. Toya Hodges, and today we're going to continue our conversation about creating a personal SWOT analysis. And today we're going to jump into our strengths. So let's just pull up this slide and let's get started. Okay. No, I did not want to play from the beginning. And so just FYI, one of my weaknesses is technology. Yeah, so at least I'm aware of it. So I just like to tell people this isn't my super strength. So hey, I'm just gonna navigate through it. All right. So we had yesterday we talked about, or the last module, we talked about like the benefits, what we needed to do, creating our personal values. And then we discussed the 6 aspects of what it takes for us to have a life of fulfillment and how we guide what our SWOT analysis is. So today, let's tap into these strengths, okay? And so, how do we identify our strengths? And these are things that you're good at and that sets you apart from others. Like, what do you do well? Right? One thing that I do well is I am very good at talking. I am very good at listening. And as I listen to people, the way my mind works, I'm able to go, it's like I can kind of see like what they're saying and how it affects them and all the stuff that is in the middle, you know? So, and I'm very good at people trusting me and feeling at ease around me. These are some of my strengths, right? And so when we talk about like what are your unique strengths and talents that you have, right? Like what did those look like? What are they? Okay? And what are you proud of you for? Okay? And when I say this, I so many people are like, "Oh, I'm proud to be a mother." Okay, but that's not, I want to know you. Like what have you done that makes you proud of you? Now, one of the things I like to say to my clients and my grandchildren, and I wish I'd have known this when I was being a mother with my children, is that I tell everybody I'm proud of them for just being them, right? Because growing up, we always heard, I'm proud of you when you accomplish something great. Okay. But if you didn't accomplish something great, you didn't hear them words. So then that creates us looking for external validation. And it also neglects us internally for validating ourselves, because if we don't hear those words, then we feel like we're not successful and we are a failure. And that is not what we want to do. So I always tell people, I'm proud of you for being you in whatever version that is today and in this moment, right? However, I'm happy for you for accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish. Okay. It might not be what I wanted them to do, but that has nothing to do with me. People's goals are their goals. So be happy for them that they accomplished it. Okay. But I want you to dig into you. Like, what are you proud of you for? Right? Are you proud of every day showing up and doing the best that you can? You should be, because that's all we can expect. Okay. All right. So, what are some of our strengths? Now, these are certain things, but again, I want you to really dig into those 6 areas that we talked about. And these are just some basic strengths, but you know your own strengths. So, for example, when you look at technical skills, remember I said that was not my strength? Okay. Not my strength. That is in the weakness category. And typically what I do is I hire people to create my graphics and my technical things, right? But when you think of the technical skills, that you may be strong in like things like programming, graphic design, writing, marketing, photography, singing, like whatever those are, put them down in whichever category they belong in. Okay. Interpersonal skills, like you may be good at communicating and networking and collaborating and building relationship with others. I am great at interpersonal skills. Those are all my strengths, and those create a lot of opportunities for me in all areas of my life. Okay. Leadership qualities. Okay. Do you have natural leadership qualities, such as being able to motivate and inspire and guide others? Okay. Problem solving abilities. You may have the ability to solve complex problems, analyze data, come up with creative solutions, and those are good qualities to have. Like I have all this education, my business degree, my accounting degree, my MBA, my education degree in curriculum development and counseling, a PhD in hypnotherapy and in counseling. And then I'm also a yellow belt in Lean Six Sigma. So that's why I feel like I'm very good at problem solving, because I'm always operating in this mindset. What is the leanest, most effective, and efficient way we can get from point A to point Z? How do we do that in the leanest possible way? Okay. Time management skills. You may be able to manage your time effectively by prioritizing tasks and meeting deadlines. Okay. Your adaptability. You can adapt to change. You learn quickly. You work well with others. Especially you're very good in unpredictable situations. You have a positive attitude. You're optimistic. You're able to maintain constructive outlook. Emotional intelligence. This is huge. Like being able to understand and manage your own emotions and those of others, which can be very helpful in interpersonal relationships. Strategic thinking. You may be able to see the big picture, think strategically, plan for the future. Persistence. You may be able to persevere through challenges and setbacks and failures to achieve your goals. Resilience, being able to just navigate through that. Okay, so we're not going to go on our weaknesses right now, so we're going to stop sharing. But as you look at your strengths, okay, look at those things in those 6 categories and write your strengths for each category. Okay. And then really look at yourself. And this is the therapist coming out of me, because so often we look at ourselves with a judgment eye and a criticism eye. And I'm asking you, as you navigate through this, if you want this to be effective and efficient, you need to sit the judger, the criticizer, all of those negative emotions that you may have for yourself. And I need you to just sit them over there. Okay. Just let them sit over there and have fun together while you focus and look at yourself with a loving and compassionate eye. Okay. And ask for that. Say, let me take a look at myself from a loving and compassionate eye. Now, one of the things that I would even tell my staff when they were doing this, I'm like, ask the people that are closest to you, like, hey, what do you think my strengths are? You've known me, put it on social media. Like, hey, I'm in the process, I'm doing this challenge of, creating certain things. Tell me, when you think of me, what do you view as my strengths? Because quite often people see things in us that we don't want to see. Yeah. And so get their viewpoint. Ask your family, ask your friends, ask people that you trust, like, what are some of the weaknesses that you see in me? Because I'm pretty sure you will fill up the weakness category with no problem. It's us identifying the good things about us. And that's why we do this, because we need to see the good things about us. We need to appreciate those good things and not just focus the difference between mindsets. If we focus on our strengths and our positive attributes versus our negative attributes, then guess what we can accomplish a lot easier? The things that we want to achieve. Because we have to have that successful mindset. And lucky for all of y'all, once this week is finished, then for the next few weeks, that's what we're really tapping into, is how to adapt and create that successful mindset. But this is where we start. We have to start here. We have to start looking at ourselves as a whole, and we have to look at ourselves and be accountable. Okay. And one of the things that I taught in one of the classes was I gave an example about me. So I have this little protocol that that I created my ego, and she has her own name. And when my ego wants to show up and she wants to start running her mouth, then I'd say, "Hey, I got this. I need you to go do whatever you need to do. But Gina, I need you to hush, because today ain't the day, Gina. Today, you're not going to talk negative to me. You're not going to say these things to me. You're not bringing in no fear. You're not bringing in no disappointment and reject. We're not doing that today. Today, I'm going to have a positive mindset and I'm going to be strong." Right? And so I think as you navigate through this journey, it's not that I think, I know, as you navigate through this journey, allow your ego to just take a break. It's tired. Let it sit down. It don't have to be in control. You're in control of you. You're the CEO of you. You're the leader of you. So sit your ego down and tell them that you'll call them to the table when you're ready. And that's the other thing. The table, this elusive table that everybody wants to sit at, the table is you and every version of you. You got versions of you that are sitting down there that when your life's in danger, that's who's coming to the head of the table. You got the version of you that if you need to be in all black and go kick some tail, that version of you is going to show up. So the table is you. This elusive table is every version of you, whether you like all the versions or not, because every version served its purpose in making you who you are. And then you just call whichever one you need to the head of the table on that day and in that particular situation. Okay? Because yes, we all have a negative Nancy, and sometimes we need negative Nancy to come to the head of the table to stop us from being in this negative mindset. We need to hear what she wants to complain about, so we know how to navigate it and get rid of it, right? So appreciate all versions of you. You've not made mistakes. You're not a failure. You have lessons, and each version of you learned lessons, because here's the thing about life. I can stand back and look at all the things I should have done differently, but the thing is, I didn't know differently. So I can't judge myself on things that I didn't know. Okay? Every day, and what I teach my clients is every day when you wake up, a new version of you is here. The old version of you died that night when you went to sleep. When you wake up, the new version of you is here. And what that new version of you is it can look at what happened yesterday, like an experiment in biology. When we were in biology and chemistry class, we had to create all these experiments, and we had to figure out what worked and what didn't work. That's no different than life. Every day is an experiment. We get 24 hours a day. So when we wake up, our clock's ticking. We have 24 hours, and we have to spend it wisely, because I can't spend that 24 hours yesterday, and I can't spend that 24 hours tomorrow. I can only spend those 24 hours today. So that's why you keep your mind where your feet are at, okay? And if you keep your mind where your feet are at, that's when you possess all your power, is in the present. That's when you get to determine and control which version of you needs to be in that particular moment. And at night, when you go to sleep and that version of you dies, and the new version of you wakes up, because it's been upgraded now with all the latest information. So if something didn't work yesterday and you didn't like the way it made you feel and it didn't contribute or align with your goals, then guess what? We have a new day and we can make those adjustments. So remove all that failure, remove all that disappointment and all those regrets and rejections and all of that. Just remove it all. Let go of the shame and the guilt. Okay, just let it all go. And let's just focus on who we are today. Let's focus on building what our strengths are in each of our categories. Okay, let's take the time, make the commitment to ourselves to invest in us. Okay, so we can achieve the things that we want. All right, because it is possible. I am a living example of it. All right. All right. I love you all, and I will see you on the next module.